Hello and welcome to another whiteboard training video. I'm Isaiah Henkel with Cheeky Scientist, and today I'm talking about why PhDs, or at least most PhDs, are invisible on LinkedIn. What do I mean by invisible? I mean when a recruiter or an employer or a hiring manager types into LinkedIn Recruiter, right, because they use a separate LinkedIn in most cases than you do as a job candidate, you're not coming up. And nothing you're doing right now or have done is going to make you come up any higher on their search results. You're not just not coming up in their search results on the first page, you're not coming up at all, okay? And one of the first things you can do to correct that is to get more than 500 connections, but I'll come back to that. I do want to mention that next week on Thursday, so next Thursday, I think it's August 3rd, next Thursday, August 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and again at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are doing a special webinar on all of LinkedIn's new tools, specifically for PhDs, so you can stop being invisible. Just go to phdsgethired.com, phdsgethired.com, and we will send you an email with a free seat to that webinar. Also, if you're watching this live, tomorrow we're doing a special resume webinar. So tomorrow on Thursday, the 26th, we are doing a special resume webinar, 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. You got to go to phdsgethired.com and put your name and email to get access to either of those webinars. Okay, so number one, why are PhDs invisible? No preferred location. Hiring is up. Hiring is up about 5-fold worldwide in terms of what we're seeing for PhDs, specifically STEM PhDs. 5-fold, that's a lot. What does that mean? It means that recruiters are searching through candidates much faster, right? Because they're competing with each other, right? Employers are competing with each other for top candidates. Recruiters are competing with each other, headhunters, etc. Everybody else is competing for you. They need to find you faster than the other person. What does this mean? It means they're not spending as much time on LinkedIn profiles. They're looking for a couple of keywords, and if they don't see them, they're moving on, right? So if I'm a recruiter in Boston and I want to fill a job in Boston, I am only stopping on profiles that say Boston, right? That have Boston as the preferred location. Most PhDs, they don't want to limit themselves, so they don't put a preferred location. They put no location in their headline, no location in their LinkedIn profile at all. Therefore, when a recruiter or hiring manager searches for Boston, for example, or for that location, they don't come up. By not limiting your location or choosing a preferred location, you're actually limiting your options. You're limiting your options. You will get contacted by far more recruiters and far more employees if you just put a preferred location. If you can't narrow it down to just one, put one or two. Then, number two, put that you're willing to relocate, right? So no relocation status. Either put that you're not willing to relocate or that you're actually willing to relocate. This stuff needs to be right in your LinkedIn headline. So in your LinkedIn headline, put Boston, London, whatever city you most want to work in, just choose one. And then put willing to relocate, that exact phrase, willing to relocate. Those are two of the very first things hiring managers and recruiters and employers in general are looking for right now. And if you don't have them, they're not even going to consider you. They're not going to consider you at all. They're just looking to key in on their location and whether or not you're willing to relocate. Hiring is through the roof. All of these employers are competing with each other. The ball is actually in your court as the job candidate, as long as you're putting in the words that these people are looking for on your profile, okay? Number three, no job titles. Most of us as PhDs, we think we know what an actual job title is, but we've done no research, which is ironic because PhDs are good at research, on what the actual job titles are, especially at the companies we want to work for. There's a lot of variations of job titles. You need to figure out what is the most common variation, or more specifically, what's the most common variation for the companies you're interested in of that job title. So for example, is it application scientist, or field application scientist, or field application specialist? And this job title has to be in your headline. No ifs, ands, or buts. You think you might be concerned about your PI seeing it or somebody else seeing it, then you need to put in interested in XYZ position, or just put down that position. Nobody's reading your profile unless they're a recruiter or an employer, okay? Put in your headline that you want a project manager position, which means just put in project manager. Put in research scientist. Put in application scientist. If there's a couple of variations of the job title, put in both. All recruiters are searching for right now are job titles, locations, whether or not you're willing to relocate. Okay? Those are the top three things they're searching for. Number four, no credibility. Look, if you have no LinkedIn picture, or maybe even worse, a LinkedIn picture where you're in front of a computer or a microscope, or you have a lab coat on, you do not have industry credibility, okay? You basically need to take a headshot that's the same kind of headshot that you'll take when you start at a job, a corporate headshot, okay? This means you need to dress the way you would for an interview, get a nice headshot with great lighting, face a window, right? I have good lighting right now on me. There's no special lights here, it's just a window. Face a window, get great lighting on your face, dress the way you would for an interview, have nothing behind you, like preferably a blank wall, right? I do like having green behind you if you can have some greenery, as in maybe an outside shot. Other than that though, leave it blank. Showcase yourself as an industry professional now, okay, not as a student or an academic. Number 5, no results. In industry, they care about results, achievements. They don't care about your job duties. They don't care about methodologies, right? All they want to know is what results you've achieved, and they want to see a quantified result. If you're going to put a bullet point on your LinkedIn profile under your work experience or in your professional summary, it better end with a quantified result. You're better off not having a result at all, not having a bullet point at all, than not having a result, okay? So if you have a bullet point that's describing something, there's no result at the end of it, get rid of it. Only have information that ends in results. What have you achieved? That's all they care about. They care that you understand the importance of results. They're not so much concerned about what those results are, but that you understand the importance of communicating results. Number 6, no activity. You can't just create your LinkedIn profile and say, my job's done. All right, everybody come find me. LinkedIn is going to suppress you in a search result if you have no activity on LinkedIn. If you're not reaching out to people in personal messages, if you're not liking people's posts, if you're not sharing articles of other people, LinkedIn's going to say this person's not active. They're not taking LinkedIn seriously. We care about them less, basically. We're not going to show them in our search results on LinkedIn Recruiter or LinkedIn Talent. Okay, this is really important for you to understand. How can you increase your levels even more? By connecting with more people on LinkedIn. You want to get to that 500 plus number, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Get to that 500 plus number, because once you do, you hit LinkedIn's algorithm and you'll start showing up in search results. Very, very important for you to do. 7th and finally, no relevant skills. Stop focusing on just your technical skills. You want to have your technical skills, of course, they're important, but you want to have your non-technical or your transferable skills too. Okay, you got to learn for what positions you're interested in, what skills they care about, and put those skills actively in your skills section. Most people, especially PhDs, STEM PhDs, they have things that were added, years ago. We don't even know how they got there, like, Western blotting or cell culture, right, or just general programming. Employers don't care about this stuff, right? What's the skills they want you to have, especially the transferable skills? Maybe they want due diligence as a transferable skill. Maybe they want KOL relationship builder. You have to find out what these transferable skills are, and you have to add them yourself manually to your skills section and throughout your profile. This is really important. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot you need to do on LinkedIn to make yourself not be invisible anymore. LinkedIn should not just be a place to stockpile your academic contacts. If you want an industry job, you have to start applying these principles, and you should show up to next week's webinar. Next week's webinar on LinkedIn next Thursday. I believe it's August 3rd, next Thursday at 1 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You'll get all the information about the webinar and get a free seat to it if you go to PhDsGetHired.com. PhDsGetHired.com. Put in your name and email. We'll send you all the information about all of our free webinars coming up, including tomorrow's resume webinar, which is on the 26th of July, and then next week's LinkedIn webinar. Until next week, remember your value as a PhD and start thinking and acting like a successful industry professional.